So, Jose asked me to explain a bit of a history of how this conference came to be. And some of you know bits and pieces of it, some of you don't really. But we really need to do justice to people that have failed to organize a failed conference before. Because this idea started flowing in Ljubljana entrepreneurial community, I think about 2 years ago or a year and a half. I don't know which event it was. I know we were talking with, I think, Gaia and Alenka and people saying like, hey, you know, so many things are failing in Slovenia and we're just looking at one aspect of failing, which is like, hey, those, I don't know, idiots did it wrong, but not what we have learned and what they learned and what we all could learn from failing. And we also heard that there are similar kind of thematic conferences abroad. And we said, like, we need to organize something. And we were, you know, when you get an idea, you're really enthusiastic and you say, hey, you and I'll do it. And we said we're going to do it. And then somehow it just slipped away. We forgot everybody had their own business to run and so on. So the idea kept in our heads, and next time there was Jerry Colonna, one of the CEO coaches in Ljubljana, and he's the kind of a Zen coach. What do you learn from failure, from success, everything? We said, oh, this is awesome keynote speaker for this conference. If we get him, we really could do a failed conference here. So we arranged that he'll come into 13. I know who is, and I won't do justice to everybody that's tried to organize this before. But still, they were trying. It didn't happen. He had some other obligations. At the end, well, keynote speaker wasn't here. It didn't happen. But I kept on like, we should have this conference. And I also have this Slovenian habit of ranting, right? Of ranting what should be done, what somebody else should do. And at conferences and accidentally at PODIM conference, I also mentioned that, yeah, there was this idea of fail conference, of how to learn from failure and recover from it. And we didn't do it, but I think we will soon, because again, people were kind of eager to do it. About nothing happened. 2 days afterwards, I got an email from a guy named Jose, which I haven't heard of before, who said, I was at PODIM in the audience. I think the idea is great. I'm from Prekmurje, and I'd like to organize it. I like, is this guy for real? Like from Prekmurje, organizing a fail conference? I didn't know him. I don't know. Didn't know anybody that did at the time. So he said, I wrote back a bit like, you know, cautious email, like, who knows how weird this guy is. And he explained the whole story. Yeah, I know, you know. He explained his whole story, how he came to Slovenia for a beautiful woman.
That's the guy.
Where is Jose? Jose? Yeah. So it seemed like he was for real. And he was very enthusiastic. He had this concept that the conference shouldn't be really just about the speakers, but it should be about the whole experience that the audience got, the mingling of audience and speakers, the how to basically create something that's more than just a conference, that's on one side the experience for people, but on the other side also kind of a movement. And he was very enthusiastic that this is just the start. We'll do it in Prekmurje and then next year in international. And I got infected with his enthusiasm. And I don't know, in one of the mails, I think I wrote the ideas for the names of conference for next 5 years. Like, first we'll do it this fail conference, then 2 fails or not 2 fails, then 3 fails is a charm. Then I think we got to the Snow White and 7 fails, and so on. I was like whole enthusiastic, but he didn't infect with enthusiasm just me. He infected the whole organizing team. Alenka, Gaia, Matej, and somehow it just started to happen. But Jose came and said, like, but October, this is just a month and a half away. I think, I mean, do we really have time to do anything? And I was like, yeah, sure. Like, of course, I wasn't doing it, so I said, yeah, sure, do it. Sure, you can. And he just said, okay, we'll do it. And the whole organizing team got it together in a really short fashion. Like, this is really an amazing feat. But at the same time, it wouldn't happen if other people didn't prepare the terrain by first failing, showing that we shouldn't wait for a specific speaker, shouldn't wait for a perfect opportunity, but we should just do it. And I think there are a lot of lessons in this fail conference organization that a lot of society around us has to learn, and we can probably start with us. And yeah, I think we need more of these conferences. Another name, Dr. Fail Love. How I learned to love, how I stopped worrying and loved to fail. And supposedly, if things go well, the next conference will be in Prekmurje, where it's not going to be just one day, but a bit of leisure around it also, so a weekend or something. And I have a perfect name for it. It's called Fear and Failing in Prekmurje. I know if you know the movie, the Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. And basically, we can do it with a bit of a smile on our faces. I think we can start a change in all of us, because trust me, I'm more fearful of failing than you are. But we need to learn that when some opportunity, some kind of opportunity comes, we should just embrace it and take it into consideration that yes, we might fail, but even if we fail, we're not failures. We have succeeded in trying, and we'll try next time and do it better. And with that, I'd finish and leave the stage to all the others. Thank you.